skills. The worldwide demand for training through trust is growing at a rapid pace. Doug Mills is seeking quality people to serve this demand as trainers. To become an apprentice and follow your dreams, contact us today.
Okay, so here we are in lesson 1. I'm going to talk a little bit about the bits again and give you another rundown of the bits we use. I always like to start, the first bit I like to hang in a horse's mouth is a Reinsman 101. It has a futurity ring, so the rings are weighted, so it holds the headstall nice and secure in the horse's mouth, and it's secure while the mouthpiece is independent, and it slides up and down real easy. So a horse can take hold of that mouthpiece and suck on it and put it in his mouth like a sucker, and he'll just pick that mouthpiece up where he wants it, and he can drop it back down, and it's very light. And you know, also I prefer a loose ring snaffle, because if I put a quarter ounce of pressure on that rein, when I release it, he gets 100% release. But if I use a D-ring or an egg butt or any mouthpiece that is fixed solid to the rings where the headstall hooks to, there's too much steel, the horse can't pick it up and hold it. So we have to do that ring up in his mouth heavy enough that it puts wrinkles in his mouth. Anytime you have a wrinkle in a horse's mouth, there's pressure. So if there's pressure, he don't get 100% release. Okay, so then the transition, I go from a Reinsman 101. The best one I found is a Reinsman 401. So that'll be this bit here. It has really short shanks. It starts introducing the horse, because a loose ring snaffle is 1-to-1 pressure, and I want to start introducing them to leverage pressure and pressure behind the jaw, behind the chin, from the chin strap. So the transition I like to make is a 401. The reason of this purchase right here, where this mouthpiece attaches to, it still has some up and down movement, so I can still hang this bit loose in his mouth so he don't have any wrinkles in his mouth. So it's still an independent mouthpiece. It comes with a chain on it. There's 2 or 3 different options you can use. I like to take the chain off to start with and put a leather chin strap, just a solid leather chin strap, and then go with that for a while. Then I can put the chain on as well as the leather, so that the leather applies first. When I pull back on the reins, he feels the leather first, and if I pull more, then the chain starts to take a hold. Most of the time you don't need that, and if you need more pressure, you can take the leather off and just go with the chain. Okay, and then after that bit, then I'll show you the next one I go to is there's a couple different styles. There's some, you can spend anywhere from, $60, 40 to 60 bucks to $400 or $500, whatever your budget allows. But I really like the Correctional Mouthpiece. It's what I used on my stud horse. I use it on him all the time. I rope with it and everything. I would prefer, there's other bits here. I believe it's Francis Gauthier makes them. They're aluminum shank, and it has basically the same mouthpiece. Aluminum shank's a little lighter, and it curves back more, so there's not so much pressure. The shank is a little bit longer than this one, but I like the shank swivel really nice. This bit's made really nice, and I don't even know the make of this bit. I don't see it on here anywhere. But anyway, I really like the mouthpiece, and my horse likes it as well. What I find horses really like is these rollers on the sides of the bars. So when you pull on it, there's lots of give on them bars. It rolls on the bars really nice. And I have a leather chin strap on this as well. This would be the same leather chin strap I was talking about putting on the 401. Okay, so any other questions with bits? Guys, I'm not I don't get too crazy with bits. My tack room's not full of bits. I have a very few limited amount of bits. I used to have a lot of bits, but I got rid of them all because I just don't find a need for them. I find once I get to this bit, there's a cow horse bit I can transition to, that if I'm going to show cow horses, the industry requires that we have a cricket, which is a roller in the mouthpiece. I don't even have one down here. I should have grabbed one for you, but I only use that in the show, or a couple of weeks before the show, just to get him used to it. But I find my horses work good in a snaffle bit. Again, the only reason I move up to a shank, because I can even ride my horse in a halter. I can rope on them in a halter. I can do everything in a halter. But the industry set the standard that we have to be in a shank bridle and one-handed bridle if we're going to compete and go to competitions. But So there you have it.